the first thing is this is the main dashboard page, what we're looking at. This gives you monitoring. So as I talked about the user, you see the total sites, the total meters, the volume, the total dollars of the value of the flow of that volume, meters that flow, the average flow rate, and meters that flowed less than 5 feet per second. I can't convert it to meters in my head, but you get the gist of it. This is a result of the automated alerting results, and these are events that have been discovered. Now, you can select all or what, and you can select time ranges for a single day if you want to show you what happened on the 5th of, and you generate it and it updates, you see? Or you can look at one station and just select alpha, like the alpha station, and you can say, I want to do it from January 1 to today. So went too far. What is today? The 23rd, right? So you can generate the report. And that was the total volume and the value and the number of events for one station, okay? Now, if you want to go to event results, you can click on the event. You can export everything to PDF. And there you go. I'll close that out. And you can do the same thing, but I'm going to change it because it takes forever to do it. So I'm just going to go back to the beginning. Since April 1 and generate the report. It's locked up because it's doing it. And you can open up, and then you can go into analytics. Pick a station, and it gives you the velocities and the key performance that you want, and for the data. And this is for the time frame. And you can hover over it and see the path. Or if you want to generate your own report, you click on this, click a station. Oops, I hit the wrong button. And you can generate custom reports. And you can change these by selecting the graph of what you want to see and select the data that's available. This also allows you to export it too. So people that want to use, that are super analytical, and you can talk about Power BI, you can see the values and the access. So the data can be exported. It's that simple. And then you can hover over it and you can see the values for that particular date and time.
So what Brad is showing you is this is what you get from a SCADA system designed for CBM. So you can see this is a typical trending analyzer built in there. So you can look at trend charts, go and scroll time periods. You can also, what he showed you is the visualization dashboard showing the spread of SOS meter to meter. But I think, this is where you go into advanced operator level analytics for someone who questions the data and wants to go and do his own analysis. But the first page that Brad showed is actually a very powerful page. It looks very simple, but if you look at it from an operational point of view, the home page, if you see the total station summary, what you see here is obviously you can have one station or 40 stations, but the right-hand side showed you all the events over a given period of time, broken down into which stations those events were maximum, and also defining the severity of that event. Because you could have process alarms, that is an event that even a SCADA can perform. But the severity alert that comes in is based on saying how much of that alarm is the impact on your measurement budget. So this is the starting point. So you see now, station by station, also you can zoom in. So you can see that so many pressure transmitters. So you can look at the detected. So out of all these sites, and all the chromatograph flow computers, USM based, you see there were so many events detected. But if I focus on saying the severity was only in one column, so maximum severity happened at the GC. It happened in this period that he's sampling from on top of April in one day actually. You can see there were two severe alarms for chromatograph, two severe alarms for flow computer issues. And then you can zoom in and try to see the analysis of what that severity is. And that is the audited analysis that is coming on in addition to just giving you a tabular representation. So this is where most operators would be dependent. And if you don't have the ability to log in to see this information in real time, because 90% people don't have just a job sitting in front of a SCADA system and looking at it. So you see there is a option called emails also. So there are email alerts going on to designated key people in the organization that are getting this live. So they're not sitting and watching the screen. They're getting either as an email saying, hey, your station X is showing a pressure transmitter issue with the severity of whatever level we put it at, so that he can then decide whether he should immediately log in and get more information or send it to his other assistant to start looking at this problem at this side. This is analytic. What he showed you, the other part, is data gathering and visualization. That even you can do with the Kelton system and putting an interlution HMI or all these blind HMIs that have these fancy dashboards. But none of those, and they can create process events. You set your threshold saying if your gain is over 95%, create an alarm. If the gain drops below 20%, create an alarm. So they will populate all these alarm logs for you based on process events that you set, but they cannot produce these kind of analytics based on classifying the severity as well as the impact that is on the uncertainty budget. So maybe you can dive in now from here. I mean, there are much more features. For the sake of time, we are not going through every thing, but this is free. It is for 5 users. It is there built in the license. You can get 10, 15 based on additional cost. But let's look at the case studies, Brad. There's at least 2 or 3 case studies, how you present your analysis reports.
So this one is, if you want to look, he talked about alerts. You can see all the alerts for a particular station or all the stations. You can sort it by the site, all that. You can look at events that were discovered. Events are classified as error. You can see estimated at 12,000 MCF a day. And we put into so an alert is a potential error event. An event is actually an event and it's confirmed. So how does that stand out?